The first one that I actually have on here is just like what I've been hearing like evolve around agents versus what's been promised. So I feel like when agents first came out, which is kind of wild, like just the beginning of this year, everyone was like, oh my gosh, they're going to take over everything. We're going to have this as like the SaaS apocalypse. All the software, stocks came down. But I think like in the last probably like couple months or so, we've been hearing a lot of like enterprise companies just saying like, this is not what we were promised, in terms of what we're building in house, because the cost of tokens and running these agents ends up being just even more than an FTE would be. I was talking to someone who said that they were working with an enterprise company that was replacing an FTE for a particular task, and they were running this agent. And in 1 week, spent, I think, 100K on the agent, which is way more than what that FTE would have cost
Yeah.
anyways. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's crazy. And I think there's been a lot of talk about token maxing. Like that was the thing probably, 3 months ago. And we even hear like private conversations happening that maybe aren't seeing the light of day on the news or on X. I sat around a table with a bunch of CFOs of like mid-sized to enterprise level companies, and they were all just saying like it's right around the corner. Like people have been saying, CEOs have been driving like, let's use as many tokens as possible to show that we're using AI and explore what's possible with AI. And it's going to become like headcount planning where all of a sudden we had, could hire whoever you want. And now it's like, actually, no, we did a little bit too much. So we're going to have to pare back. So I think it's going to be the same with tokens now, where it's like they're no longer going to have these leaderboards where it's like whoever spends the most tokens wins this quarter and gets some award, because that can drive really weird, perverse behaviors, and it's super expensive. And Rachel and I have even had like a private conversation with one of our angel members who's, VP level at a like mid-sized interesting company in tech. And they actually had to fire somebody because they used so many tokens that it was like detrimental to the entire company. And you're not hearing about those stories in the news. You're hearing people brag about how many tokens they're
Mhm.
using, but it can actually
Yeah.
be like that detrimental. So we still don't know what this person was doing with all those tokens and what happened, but it was just interesting to hear that actually
Yeah.
happening in practice.